Hi, I'm Adam Kingl, and I'd like to talk to you yet again today about employee engagement. But now I'm going to address a political hot potato. That thing that many people in organizations all know, all whisper about around the coffee, but won't say out loud. And that is the staffing model. How many of us have been in situations where our colleagues have gone off on long holidays, or unfortunately have gone off sick for a long period of time, or fortunately have had children? What happens with the rest of us? Our organization asks us to pick up the slack. So, for a long period of time, we aren't just trying to fulfill our role, we're trying to fulfill someone else's role. But do we receive both titles? No. Do we receive two salaries? No. Are we rewarded in any way by our organizations? Typically not. In fact, in many ways, we're often punished. What do I mean by that? Well, think about what happens during one's annual review. Your boss or HR might say, well, look, you didn't achieve these objectives. And you're thinking, yeah, I didn't fully achieve those objectives because I was trying to achieve those objectives and everyone else's objectives while trying to work the same amount of hours. So our organizations might philosophically say we have just the right number of people to fulfill all the roles required. In reality, architecturally, our organizations are chronically understaffed, and that creates an enormous engagement problem. Think about also what happens when organizations downsize and they tell teams, okay, yes, we know you had to do X amount of work with 6 people, but now you have to do X amount of work with 2 people. But don't worry, the organization says. After 6 months, we'll revisit. This is just temporary. And we all know what happens. 2 years later, you look back and you think, we're still in exactly that position. And we're all working umpteen hours a day. And this was supposed to be temporary. Organizations sometimes claim, well, we have just-in-time hiring. As soon as we see a gap, we will hire. I say nonsense. Organizations typically do not do that. They tacitly expect their people to pick up the slack. And if you are going to do that, then at least be honest with them. And when you do put them under that stress of having to work 2 or 3 jobs for the same title, for the same salary, at least be honest about it. But better yet, reward them for it. And look what will happen to your employee engagement. If you'd like to find out more, please go to my website, www.adamkingl.com.